Hey guys, how is everybody tonight? Before I start saying hello to everybody, I just want to let you know that uh, come up with a different idea to do with my backgrounds. And what I'm doing is spotlighting a different business or a person each week. And tonight's spotlight is on From the Ground Up shop. That's where you go to get your From the Ground Up books written by the awesome Chris Altman. We got to get you a copy. There we go. Now you can see them both. One, two. Get them both together. Get your calendar. Sorry, it's upside down. So you can tell what day of the week it is. So you'll always know when it's Wednesday. He's got other things on there too, books and what have you. Not be. I already said books. Oh, sorry. Cups, mugs, bunch of stuff. Go to from the ground up shop and do some of your Christmas shopping right there. And so yeah, tonight's spotlight from the ground up. Chris and Kim Altman are awesome people. They're awesome ambassadors for this hobby. These books are phenomenal. They're really, really good. I mean, there's nothing bad you could say about them, other than that they should be this thick, Chris. All right. So, with that being said, if you would like to be in the spotlight or my backdrop and highlighted, um, email me at jerseyray@gmail.com. Hang on, I'll put my email in the banner. There we go. That's my email address. So email me there with your logo or whatever. If you're having a hard time coming up with something really cool, you know, get a hold of Chris Altman. He will help you design something to use for my backdrop, and we'll spotlight somebody each week. How does that sound? Do you guys like that idea? I think it's fun. Let me get back to the chat. Oh, thank you, Mark, for sharing the link for From the Ground Up shop. One stop place for all your metal detecting accessories that you need. You need these books. You need the calendar because how else you're gonna tell it's Wednesday night? So let's could do something different tonight too. I didn't schedule anybody to be a guest tonight. So I'm going to do open mic night. I'm actually going to share the link here in a minute, just as soon as I say hi to everybody that is hanging out with me tonight. So first was Mark the Bird, but he just worked a double, so he can't hang out tonight. So I told him to get some rest and could always catch the replay. We got Blackbeard Jay, we got Anthony Brooklyn Treasure Hunter, we got Robin Melissa, last week's guest, Clark's Cove Detecting. We got Detecting Okanagan. We got Donald Goodrow, Iron Antler Adventures, who live streams directly after this. If I don't go over, so hopefully not. He will be live streaming at 7 p.m. his time, 8 p.m. our Eastern. We got Joe Mitson, Johnny Smallpepper, Madison Maine, Mark Thomas, Phil Bortner, Shannon Bortner, Plugs for Days, Ken, Practical Ken, Tom Kingery. Don't think I missed anybody. I think I got everybody. I don't think anybody's watching through Facebook. Oh, Harold Marchant is watching through Facebook. Okay, so I think I got everybody now. And Jeff Sessions, he just popped in. So I'm going to put the stream key in the chat. It will also show up on the Facebook one. So what it is tonight, like if you want to come in and jump up in and talk a little bit about you, doesn't even have to be metal detecting. I mean, we all have other interests in life. Well, I guess some of us do. I mean, some people, metal detecting is everything. I mean, it does become an obsession, you know. But hey Tim, Alley Cat, do you do any other hobbies or do you have any other interests? Even if it ties into treasure seeking, feel free to hit that link and pop up. Me, I meant to bring the little model, but I forgot it. So I have lots of other interests. My main interest has always been, hey Liz, my main interest has always been history, anything historical. I just love history. I love to learn about it. I love to touch really old stuff and just think about the person, Stacy B. Hello, um, that touched it 300 years ago, and so that's like was the biggest draw for me with metal detecting was to pull something out of the ground somebody dropped or tossed away, and what were they like, you know, what did they do for a living, what did they think about, um, and I like to hike sometimes, um, but I do a lot of hiking with detecting, so uh, I like camping. Um, I used to be a really hardcore gamer, video games. I've scaled back on that, but I'm still a gamer. Um, all right, Anthony. Anthony said he'd be right back. Those are some of my interests. I also used to like to read a lot. I don't do much of that. Um, Mostly not too much science fiction. I like horror, Stephen King, John Saul, that kind of thing. Uh, Not much of a movie buff. I'll go see them, but not a big fan. Little bit of a nerd. I like superheroes, but I don't really read the comics. I'm more into actually watching the movies. Comics were too quick a read for me. So, what games can? I was mostly, well, I started like we all did. Um, Hang on, I'm gonna bring somebody up and then I'll finish talking. Let's see who took the bait of my stream key.
Hey!
Yay! All right, so to answer, hey, Batty, this Sharoon. To answer Ken's question, I started like most of us did. I had Radio Shack Pong, but I also grew up in arcades. My mom was actually a really big gamer. She started with pinball machines, and when we would spend time with her, we'd go to the arcade. Um, with home consoles, once they became better than Atari, like Nintendo and Sega and Super Nintendo and onward of that. ColecoVision, by the way, ColecoVision blew away Nintendo, but Nintendo had Gyromite, so. But I'm big into RPGs. Hey, Emily, Gary, 616. I'm big into RPGs, first person shooters. I like puzzle games. I do like the series of Resident Evil. Uh, but the genre I like in video games is the same as my books is horror. I love,
Rachel, did
yeah.
did you see me play Resident Evil 7? I have a
I saw a
video.
bit of it. I saw a bit of
Uh
it. Guess what? Guess what? We got somebody who I don't think's been in a. Oh, she backed out.
oh.
Ah, do it again. You know who I can't tell everybody who you are, so you gotta do it again. All right. Yeah, I saw a little bit of it. When you were playing with Canuck Junior, right?
Yeah, that was really really cool, I must say.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of Resident Evil games. I like the movies. I didn't watch the CGI one. That was the only one I didn't watch. Uh, but yeah, I was really a super hardcore gamer. Really,
Mm.
really big time.
Yeah,
Up until
I really didn't get into gaming very much. I remember I was just going to say something. Am I allowed to say this without everybody thinking that I'm like really, really old? But I remember Pong. My mom bought Pong.
Yeah, Pong. It was just two lines like this with a little
Yeah.
square that went across the screen.
I remember my mom buying Pong. We had that, and then I I the next video game console that I remember was Atari 2600. I think I still have a bunch of Ataris from 20 or from that. I got a lot of games and stuff, but I mean they're just collecting dust.
Yeah, I have a lot. Um, when I first, well, I still have my Sega games. I still have my PS1 games. I still have my PS2 games. My favorite PS2 game actually was Time Splitters and Baldur's Gate. I will play Baldur's Gate probably till on my deathbed. I'll still be playing it. That was probably one of the best games on PS2. And it's a role playing game.
So what's your current console for gaming?
I have the I don't know whatever the newest Xbox is.
Ah, okay. All
I
right.
was wooed away from the Sony, so
Mm. Mhm.
uh, I will probably go back to Sony. They're both coming out with new generation systems, so I'm probably going to wait and see what each one's offering.
Mm.
Uh, with the PS3, I bought the Xbox 360 first because they had a game that wasn't on the other platform, and I wanted that game. Then I bought the PS3 because Sony makes games only for PS, and then Microsoft makes games that only are on Xbox.
Yeah.
So a lot of
Yeah.
people are saying a lot of people are saying that Patty still has her 64. A lot of people are saying
Ooh.
they
Mm.
still played the Pong.
I actually have the Sega the handheld one. What was that? The little portable Sega.
Oh yeah. I know what you're talking
Um,
about. I don't remember what it was called.
it was color. I still have that. I have the case that it came in, like the big carrying case. I still have
Yeah.
that. And then it has the adapter, and I think I have like 5 games for it. So that's like upstairs in the gaming room. But yeah, and I still have my NES, my Nintendo. I still have that, with the
Yeah.
little gun for the duck shoot and stuff like
Yeah.
that. I still
Yeah.
have that. Yeah, still have that.
I didn't really I didn't get the Nintendo. I played it, but I didn't really get it. So when the Super Nintendo came out, that's when Sega Genesis came out.
Mm.
So I was just debating on which one I wanted to get. I did a lot of research in different magazines and whatnot, and I finally went ahead and got the Genesis because they had Joe Montana Sports Talk Football, and that was the first video game that had real time commentary. So that drew me in for that.
Ah.
Nintendo 64. I got Nintendo 64 because I wanted Conker's Bad Fur Day because it was the first video game to have a curse word. DP Turk Fisher is here. Chris from the Ground Up book. Yeah, right behind me. Um, let's see. Bruce is here too, Delver. But I got something. Hang on 1 second. I'm gonna disappear from you for 1 second.
Oh my.
Maybe not. I don't know. Let me walk this way.
Join us on the screen, people. Join us. It's open
Yeah,
mic
it's
night.
Liz. Come on now. This is open mic night. Talk about
That's
you.
right. It's open
I
mic.
don't.
Come on up on the screen.
I
I'll
don't want to talk about
disappear.
me. I'm not that interesting.
Come on. Join us. Join us on the screen. Talk about
JVP, you're in
whatever.
the right. You're in the right live. You might be doing it on Facebook though. I don't think there's anybody really watching it on Facebook. I think Harold Merchant is watching it on Facebook.
Are people on Facebook? Do they get that same link that went into the chat?
No, when I set it up on StreamYards to go to Facebook too, it gives a Facebook link. So then I have to make another post with the YouTube link.
Oh.
So JVP, you could probably BC Treasure Trails. You could probably back out and go back to like my page, Jersey Ray Dix, or and get that post I did write on there. It's YouTube link, but I have my PSP.
That's more recent, is it not?
No, this is almost 20 years old now. 30.
What? Are you serious?
Yeah, this is the
Oh,
original one when it first came out. Like, I don't even know when it came out.
oh,
2005 maybe.
really?
Yeah, it came out a while ago.
Wow.
I'm gonna
Well, I
put the
remember
list out there.
I first my first I guess portable one was the Game Boy. I bought it brand new. And I actually, in like at when I was policing at like 3 in the morning, when you're trying to stay awake at 3 in the morning on a night shift, I'd be playing Tetris, just staying awake, waiting for the next call to come in. It really, I gotta say, I put a lot of miles on that.
Yeah, I played this a lot. I also had the movies. So when I one of the last time I flew back with my dad to Nevada, I had The Hills Have Eyes, the remake. I had that on here. Hey, who
Really?
has the taker? Let's see who we have. Detective
Hey!
Recommended. Hey, Paul.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
Yeah, doing good.
Right on. Good to see you, Paul.
Yeah, yeah. Started doing this with Tripwire on Sunday. That was my actual first being on live stream.
Mm.
So trying
And
to
you
draw.
and you survived it, so that's good.
Yeah, I survived it. It was a little nervous at first, but then it felt comfortable after a while. So yeah.
Right on.
Yeah, it's like you sit there quietly for a moment because you're like not really sure what to talk about, and then somebody will say something that'll just click in your head that like um has some meaning to you, and then you'll just it's just like talking with your friends.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so were you ever a gamer?
Yes, I was. I started in well, growing up, the ColecoVision back in the day, and then I used to play Call of Duty, but that was a couple of years ago or a few years back, and then I haven't gamed for quite a while. The only games that I touch now is Flight Simulator,
Mm.
but yeah, I'm just fully into metal detecting and YouTube and stuff like that, right? So,
Right
Yeah,
on.
I
Right on.
think I mean YouTube. I think metal detecting took me a lot of me away from doing gaming because you gotta not just I mean like you can go out for an hour, that's nothing, but like to find the
mhm.
spot, research, to get the permissions, to look up what you found if you found something you're not sure what it is, to and if you're YouTubing, making your videos, editing, then supporting your friends. um I hope I yeah, I was trying to reply to Janine Patterson, and I said I gave up to 10 people. No, I can have up to 10 people, JBP. You can come up here too. This is just like sitting with a group of people, like-minded people. But I
Yeah,
find
well,
that I game a lot less. And like I on Xbox, I have I don't remember what it's called now. Like you pay a monthly fee and there's like 100 games on there that you can upload.
Mm.
hmm,
I don't remember what
cool.
it's called. See, I haven't used it in so long and I'm paying for it still. So like if when a new game comes out, it's actually on there and you can download it for a short period of time and play it.
Mhm. Do you play
Oh,
online
okay.
with other people? Because a lot of people like go online to these. I
I
don't know.
do on the computer games, on the
Mm.
RPG games on the computer, like Evercrack or EverQuest. Those I like those MMOs, but a lot of like I have one of the zombie games, Left for Dead, and I used to play. It would be a group of 4 people. You have to wait, like get 4 people together, and it seemed like I was always on the stream with 12-year-olds who like to like kill my character and then not let when I respawn they wouldn't let me back in the game.
Hmm.
So you can see like on Left 4 Dead, you can see your little character like on the screen way on the bottom because he's like 50 floors down in another room, and you just see this guy like going like this, begging for somebody to get him out.
Hmm.
But so I don't really games like that, survival games, survival horror. I don't do MMO. RPG quest-driven games, I will do MMO. Look at this, we got 4 people tonight. Let's
Somebody else
welcome.
coming up?
Yeah, it's not JBP. She needs to hit that link again. It's Anthony.
What's up, everybody?
Hey.
Hey.
Hey, bada bing, bada boom. It's Anthony.
How's everything going?
It's going good. How you doing?
Doing good, doing good.
Right
Oh,
on, right
man.
on. Good stuff.
See, we're getting the party going now.
Woo!
And all we had to do was talk about video games.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I'm not the big gamer. My son is, but
Mm.
Yeah. How old is he?
I'm 26.
Yeah. Hey,
Right,
looks to me.
He's always
Yeah,
into those games online.
He would have.
Mhm.
That's all he would have known. Like 26 years old. That's what they grow up knowing nowadays. You know, like we
Yeah.
got to go to the arcade. You know.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, he has like he had the Xbox. I remember they had the Nintendo Wii for a while. Now he has a
Yeah.
PS4.
Mm.
Yeah,
He
I
has
got the
his own.
Wii.
He has his own little like man cave, and he hangs out in there with his friends, and they're all shooting things all over the place on the TV.
I actually think that somebody needs to come up with a good metal detecting game. Like I've seen some people playing online some games, but they're kind of silly. But if somebody could
Yeah.
come up with a metal detecting game that was like really, really like good, I think a lot of people would like buy it.
I've
Something
been
that's
thinking
at
about
least
like
true
you
to
know,
life,
like,
a little bit more true to life. You don't want
Yes.
nothing
yeah, I
where
was
it's
thinking
just
like if you use your phone and you did like this with your phone, like you're sweeping with your detector, you
Right.
know, and stuff like that, like make it interactive because smartphones, they have motion in them. So
yeah,
you can be walking around, waiting for the bus at the bus stop, and just going like this and beep beep, oh dig that, and then dig it, do something,
that actually would be cool.
yeah, or have it make iron sounds, yeah, nah. But yeah, I think if somebody could come up with a game like that, that would definitely be a big hit.
Practical Ken in the chat said like Pokemon Go.
Yeah,
Do you remember when that was crazy? Everybody was like, even in the trails, people were like doing Pokemon Go. Crazy.
Yeah, stopping
and I
in
was
weird
saying,
places.
I'd see adults playing it more than
Yes,
kids.
yes, yes.
I still see people playing it, not as much, but I still
Yeah.
see people playing it. Like
Wow.
hey, Wicked Digger, you could tell they're playing the game because they're just stopping a random place, and
Yeah.
we gotta get JVP up here. She tried to come up and she said she didn't want to because she saw somebody else was up here. I gotta have 10 people up here.
I'll check out. I'll check out.
No,
Not a problem.
You can say, come on, JVP, come up and talk with us. She's been finding pretty cool stuff. I don't know if you guys have seen her posts. A couple of them out there. Speaking of, I'm probably gonna spotlight him next week, but we got Tim, Alley Cat Treasures. You guys got to check his channel out. I just watched his latest video, and he's out there having a good time. That's that's foremost before anything else, before even finding stuff. It's about having a good time, and he's just thrilled with everything he finds. And it's enjoyable to watch somebody who's enjoying themselves.
Yes.
Of course.
So check us out his channel, Alley Cat Treasures. He's an awesome dude. He's been a huge supporter of a lot of channels. And when you guys are done watching me and Iron Antler Adventures after me, and then I think there's somebody else after that. When you get free time, literally right after you guys are done watching me, go over to Alley Cat Treasures.
Hey, Emily in the Little Dirt Digger said she just started geocaching and it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, it's fun. I've found them without geocaching.
Without an app?
Yeah. I guess the easier ones, I would imagine, because they'll be like in a tree stump, or covered up with branches. So was everybody able to get out for over the weekend?
I went out on Sunday. I went out to Prospect Park. really did. It wasn't a big thing that day for me. I couldn't find really that much. Mostly clad and a lot of trash. A lot of trash. I had met up with Pack Rat and NYC metal detecting, and he actually pulled an Indian that day. Actually, an Indian spill. He got 2 Indians out of the hole.
Wow.
And we were supposed to meet Frederick Romano, who's in the chat right now, but he got stuck on the other side of the park and just mainly stayed there hunting. But that was it. That was my weekend.
You guys ready for this? Hey!
Hey, what's going on?
Hey.
JBB!
I was perfectly fine just listening to everybody else.
Yeah, we'll come up and have a good time, you know. I wanted everybody to, you know, feel free to come up and talk about whatever, you know.
Well, you like the mouse that I fixed out of 3D?
I do. He's right here next to me.
Well, I painted this earlier. Let's see.
Oh, yeah, nice.
What
Painting it for a
material is
friend.
that? Is that like bisque or
3D
something?
printing. 3D printing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I love my little mouse.
Wow.
He's right here by me. Got to keep him from my cat. Wow, I don't think she chased him anyway.
Did the squirrel too.
Oh, wow.
Very cool.
So you can pretty much do anything as long as you have a, I guess, like a, is it a program
You can
or something?
go. There's websites you can go. It's called Thingiverse, and a couple others that you can go on there, and you can look at stuff. It's already where you can download them, and get if you have to have them downloaded to your particular printer before they'll print. But you just put them on a little tiny SD card and put it in your printer and click print, and it prints it.
Wow.
Pretty cool. Me and my husband got it for each other for our anniversary last year.
Wow,
who prints more, you or your husband?
Actually, right now, he's printing some little box things to hold batteries for his radio control airplanes.
Oh, right.
But now me, I like doing the animals and stuff.
You're part of my giveaway tonight.
Oh, okay. The little coral. Yeah.
Yeah, I got 2 left. One, the one you originally gave me, and one more to give away.
Cool.
Yeah, so that's your other hobby.
Yep. Well, I have several hobbies. I also wood turn sometimes, and I paint like landscaping. Like I love painting barns and stuff on canvases. And I have painted like pictures of like 2 or 3 people has asked me, can you paint my dog? And they'll send me a picture and I'll paint their dog or, you know, something pertaining to that. But I do that too.
So do you paint like if you're painting a dog, do you paint it like really how it looks, or do you kind of take a little artistic, flair?
I try to go by the picture best I can, and to make it look more like their dog in particular. I did. It was really actually kind of sad on one of them. The lady wanted me to paint her dog because he was like 16 years old or so, and she had 2 pictures, and then she told me, she says I think it was like a week after she asked me to paint it, he passed away. And so I thought, well, I'm going to go ahead and paint both pictures for her, and I did, and she loved them. So.
Wow, very nice.
So I just want to say last Wednesday, the weather has changed here. I'm in the Okanagan of British Columbia, Canada. Last Wednesday, there was the weather was plus 22. It was really warm. So I drove to an hour south of here, which is Penticton, BC, and I went metal detecting. The next day I went, it got a little cooler. I think the high was like plus 10, and I decided to go gold panning. Didn't find much gold, but it was just to get out. But then the weekend, we've had now 2 dumps of snow, and today was really wet, like wet snow. It's too wet to metal detect. So that's where we're at right now, where I am. The
Yeah.
weather is, yeah.
Is the flooding all done there, Paul?
The flooding, as far as the flooding goes, they're still draining water, but with the roads, there's only still one road for the truckers to get in and out, and they're still having problems on that road. The main road, it's called the Coquihalla Highway, which goes from in between Merritt, British Columbia to Hope, BC. It saves basically 2 hours time instead of taking the other highway that's open now. Well, the flooding, that weather system took out 5 bridges on the Coquihalla because it goes through the mountain. It's a mountain pass. And it's probably going to take until end of January, beginning of February before it's open to one lane for truck drivers to get supplies in and out.
Wow.
Meanwhile,
I'm
it's
just
supposed
saying
to
how
get
the
nice
people-
and warmer here this week. It's supposed
It-
to go back into the 60s this week over here in New York.
Yeah, one of my
Wow.
customers was telling me, it was like, oh, starting Monday, it's going to be like 50, and then all week it's going to go up to the 60s. And I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah, I got to work all week, man.
Well, that's probably the weather system that ran through here. It's heading east.
Yeah, there's a couple of the days that's supposed to be hit with some rain. So
There you go.
Yeah, I'm hoping
It's supposed to
not
rain here
Sunday.
on Saturday all day.
yeah, here too.
Yeah, well, there you go. Yeah.
Well, it says it's going to rain here on Sunday, but I'm hoping not. If I can get out, find some stuff. I've been on this one property, and I know there was 3 homes, and I think I found the first 2, and I think they're dumps. So now I'm trying to find the 3rd one. I found a spoon though, so
That's cool.
Yeah.
I think I broke it though. It came out in 3 pieces, but I was, because it's like this section is like a layer of like kind of like peat, and that's like just interwoven roots. So it's about 1.5 inches of that, and then you got the little weed and tree roots under that. So I'm just like cutting away like this. I finally get the signal, and it comes out 3 pieces, and I'm like, yeah, I did that. But
I'm gonna go. And so thanks for letting me be on the show.
well, thanks for coming up, dude. You rock.
Right on,
Yeah,
Paul.
you
Take
you
care.
all too. All right, take care, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Have a good one. Hey,
You
just a
too.
swinging.
You got great finds came in. Metal Detective Brooklyn, Finding Goodies 2, Joe Strack, Digologist. Oh, you got a full
I
house
missed,
tonight.
I missed Rich. I got most of the people. Mark Berg.
Mark the Bird just came back in.
Yeah, don't work too hard, dude. Take it easy. He said that some patients are lining up for the meds and they don't look too happy.
Is he
I hope-
dispensing?
I guess. I know he said he was the first one in, like, I don't know, 10 minutes before live, and said that, like he was pulling a double. So I told him, don't work too hard. Life's too short to be working hard. Got to play hard.
Oh, yeah.
So, Anthony, you got any other hobbies or interests?
I love photography. That's one
Yeah.
of my favorite things. That was what I was doing before the pandemic, and I ended up closing my business due to the pandemic. But I always have a plan B, and right now it's like semi-retirement. So I'm just going
Right on.
metal detecting as much as I could.
Right on.
But I paint a lot. I love to paint. I love to draw.
What medium?
What kind of paintings do you do?
I'll paint. I usually use acrylic. I love using aerosol. I love spray paint.
Oh, okay.
When I was
Really?
younger, I was a graffiti writer. So from like 77 to 86, I was, well, it's the crazy things that you do when you're a child. you know. And I walked a lot of train tunnels and train yards and with a lot of groups and just did our stuff. But I think it was like in the early 2000s, a couple of my friends started doing murals again. So and they were all legal murals. So they got me back into it for a little while, and now I just mess around mainly on paper and canvas with it.
So what's your camera that you use?
I have a Nikon D750. I had two of them. I just got rid of one, and mainly I did headshots.
Ah,
I would do headshots for a lot of like dancers, actors, businesses, things like that. And then due to the pandemic, nobody was going to be coming to the studio, so
yeah.
I basically was just like, Uncle Sam still wants all the tax money and everything else and insurance. So I told my accountant, no, just close it down. If I want to reopen, I'll reopen someday. But for now,
Yeah.
I just go out. I like doing street photography and just walking around and a lot of still life and landscape.
Nice.
Right on. Good stuff.
I play
don't know
with
if you
polymers.
Let's see if I can get this. That's one of my paintings.
Oh, that's very nice.
Beautiful.
Wow. Very nice.
Yeah, that's
It
gorgeous.
is very beautiful.
Yeah, my husband, when I was painting that, he says, "You're not getting rid of that one. That one's mine."
Yeah, recently I got into sculpting with polymer clay.
Oh, cool.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's not bad. I was watching Ace of Clay, and I was like, I want to play with this stuff too. So down to Michael's I went, and bought me some polymer clay, and it's not bad. It's really easy to work with. I have no issues.
Now,
But
is that the kind of clay like when you're done with something, if you want to like make it harden it, you bake it?
yeah, you bake it. Yeah, and it's like because it's kind of like a plastic.
Right.
Like if you make an area, you've already baked it, and like the nose sticks out too far. I think if you take like a nail polish remover acetone, you can actually take a little bit on there, and it'll take some of it off, and smooth it out.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
Yeah. But I've been messing around with it for a little while. And I like it. It's definitely a lot easier to work with than Sculpey than regular clay, because you're kind of constricted on time with regular clay.
Very, yes.
And then if you it's like regular clay. If you have one little bubble in there, it will pop, So I haven't had it happen yet, but
Yeah, I almost started to get into that one time, but I have so many other hobbies and things. I was like, nah, let's not do that one.
Well, I can't draw and paint anymore, really. Well, I can, but I don't like what I'm putting out, where everybody else is like, oh no, that's beautiful, but it's not what I used to be able to do. So I face paint and I do special effects makeup, but on paper or canvas, I don't do it anymore because I don't have the control with my arm anymore I had. So it looks good to other people. To me, I don't like it.
You gotta always remember an artist is their worst critic.
Yes.
Yeah, but it's not what I
Yeah,
used to do. Like I know I could do better at one time than I'm doing now. So
Yeah,
Maybe
I'm always
you're
that
just
way. It's like,
progressing.
Yeah.
yeah, I've always been that way. It's like, oh, I see faults in all of it, and somebody says, no, it's beautiful. Well, I saw you did something different.
Ken said, as with every other hobby, the clay and tools can get expensive. Yes, it can.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Jeff's winter hobby is leather tooling. That's why I brought up, like, do we have other interests? Because some of us really can't detect in the cold winter months. I mean, what do we do to fill our time? So I thought this would be a good thing to talk about. Yeah, I can't draw to the degree I used to. So, I have like some damage in my arm from an old job, so I can't control it the way. So I know what I used to be able to do, and what I see now, yeah, it looks fine, but it's not what I know I could at one time do. So face painting, um, I kind of like doing that because, like, it's usually a child, but I have done up to 80 something years old. It's not a flat surface, so if you make a mistake, it doesn't matter,
What did the 87-year-old want on her face, on his or her face?
It was a her, and she wanted flowers on her cheek.
Oh,
Right.
And I've had older people with the special effects stuff, like half a sugar skull, or a skull. I had some commission jobs with special effects. One wanted to be a zombie. Another one, I don't really remember what she wanted to be. Some kind of fairy something. I don't remember, but I remember that it was while I was doing the makeup at a haunt. So I had to have her come to my table at the haunt where I was doing the actor's makeup to do her makeup, which was not scary. And but I don't really do the face painting at birthday parties and whatnot anymore. I do very limited. Only people I know right now because of my back. I can't sit for 2 hours and try to maintain an 8-year-old or a 6-year-old in one spot so I could paint their face. And but I still do the special effects makeup if somebody asks me to, which is actually probably the funnest stuff. And I do have pictures on my Ray's face painting page if anybody ever wants to look at them.
you should post some of them on your page. I'd like to see them.
They're on my page, but they're so far down on the photos. But on my Ray's face painting on Facebook, they're in the photos there, and they're much easier. They're much easier to access there because there's not that many, and I didn't take pictures of my best work, so they're okay.
What you should do is on certain holidays, do a collab hunt, video the hunt, but everybody gets their face painted.
Yeah, we could do that.
Man, that would be cool.
That would be fun. Yeah, I can make all the dudes princesses. That's what I tell the dads at birthday parties. Tell them, like, come on, I'll make you a princess.
I'd like to see that.
They don't take me up on it. But they'll get like the giants.
Liz had me racing as a princess. So.
That's right, you were.
But, that doesn't really fill the winter either. Like normally this time of year, I would be doing a lot of Christmas parties, but I really just physically I can't. But this and Halloween is usually and the summer are the busiest times for face painters and entertainers like that. But yeah, I think the winter months I'll mostly probably be gaming this year or sculpting with the Sculpey polymer clay because that's actually really a lot of fun.
That's it. The more you mess with it, the better you'll get at it.
Little Dirt Diggers could play the intro to Metallica. Nothing Else Matters. It's like one of the best songs. My favorite's one, but Nothing Else Matters is a big up there in the top 5 of my Metallica songs, but one is my number 1 song. I don't know if anybody else is Metallica fans, but I am.
I like
it's Rush or Nothing.
I like Enter Sandman.
Enter Sandman's good, yeah, off the Black Album. I like Shorter Straw too because it plays right after one. But I like Nothing Else Matters. That's a really good one. But that's like their love ballad, kind of. Nothing Else Matters. I like they.
Okay, I'm in another generation. I don't even know any of these you're talking about.
Well,
if you're talking about Conway Twitty or Loretta Lynn, yeah, I would know that.
Well, that has nothing to do with generation.
Or Tom Jones.
Tom Jones.
Yeah.
My mother used to
listen to Elvis Boy.
My mom loved to listen to him. And Elvis
What?
Presley. Those was her 2 favorite ones.
My mom loved Tom Jones and Engelbert Humperdinck.
Oh my God.
Going back in time.
Is he still alive? Is Engelbert Humperdinck still alive? Does anybody know?
So.
I think he is.
Don't know. I think he is.
Really? Wow.
Let's see, we got a few people talking about bands in the. See, Gary saw Metallica in concert. They rocked. Yes. Patty Disharoon likes Metallica. Ray Gonzalez, Metallica. Mike Grapevines, Rush rocks.
Yeah.
Jack of the Ten said Metallica one was their senior class song. Wicked Digger likes For Whom the Bell Tolls, another awesome song. Let's see what Lisa P said Pink Floyd, awesome.
Yeah. The Wall
And
album. That's
Red
the
Hot
only
Chili
Pink Floyd I
Peppers.
know.
Degala just said AC/DC. Bruce said he likes 60 years of various music. I like the Andrews Sisters, so that's going back sometime.
Oh, I like the 50s, golden oldie 50s.
Yeah, I love
Yeah,
doo-wop.
Andrews Sisters, World War II. AC/DC and Def Leppard for Frederick Romano. Metal Detective Brooklyn. If you remember Woodstock, you weren't there. I wanted to go. I was too young. Shannon Borton likes Red Hot Chili Peppers. Another great pick.
Yep.
A little later than Metallica, but Degala just, oh yeah. Disturbed, Bad Wolves, Avenged Sevenfold. What about Sick Puppies? Well, they're not that hard, but Five Finger
What
Death
about
Punch.
Huey Lewis?
Huh?
Huey Lewis and the News.
I like Huey Lewis. I love the 80s music. All of it. Wicked Digger, 70s, 80s. Zeppelin, The Doors, Guns N' Roses. My dogs are Axel and Slash. Megadeth. Megadeth rocks too. Just listening to them today. Madison, Maine. I can't. Well, Ain't My Blank, because we do have Emily in the chat. And Seek and Destroy from Metallica. Seek and Destroy is awesome. I like a lot of songs.
The Delver says that Engelbert is still alive. He's 85. Wow.
Stacey R is
Wow.
trying Metallica on bass. Wicked Digger, Animals is his favorite Pink Floyd album. Patty, AC/DC, Hell's Bells.
Oh,
I like
remember that
Pinball.
one.
I got suspended from school in 8th grade for singing it. Rich says Elvis Costello. Let's see. Grapevines, Ozzy. Yes. Every single song Ozzy has done. Even his new stuff, which is weird. You can understand him, but when he speaks, he's like, you know, when he sings, you can understand him. Disturbed has the hard rock version of Shout. Yes, they do.
Frederick Romano
You
just
were
put
like really. How old is Loretta Lynn?
Frederick Romano just put Engelbert's new song is called After the Lovin'. I'm exhausted.
I wonder what he looks like. I'm gonna have to Google him.
Engelbert?
There's a recent picture. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Patty Just Ruined. GNR is her favorites. One of her favorites. Sweet Child of Mine and Welcome to the Jungle.
Oh, I like that song, Sweet Child of Mine.
Yeah, but my favorite song by GNR was actually now I can't remember the name of it. It starts with an E. It's off of Use Your Illusion. But
you can tell we're all heavy metal people here.
I have to look at it.
I'm actually not.
Neither am I.
But I've listened to it. A lot of my friends were. I was a club kid growing up in the 80s. I was out at dance clubs, and oh my God, we would go out on Thursday night, show up home to shower in the morning on Friday, go to work, and then just leave from there and come home Monday.
All right. Didn't you, Anthony, didn't you post something maybe on Facebook? I'm not really sure, but you and your friends on a couch getting ready to go out for, was it New Year's or something?
That was New Year's Eve back, oh my God, a long time ago.
Oh, that was a cool picture.
We would meet at my friend's house whenever we would go out clubbing, and we would drink there so that we didn't have to spend money at the club. But meanwhile, we'd get in our cars and drive drunk to the clubs, which is not the greatest thing. But again, stupid things you do as a kid.
Yeah, the 80s were the 80s.
Yeah.
Hey, the 80s rocked. I think that's one of the better decades.
I think so.
X all the way.
I think the 80s was pretty cool.
Chris goes starts with an E, LOL. Metal Detective and Randy said November Rain. That's an awesome song. I do like it. Slash's solo in it's really good. But it's not my favorite. Estranged. Estranged is my favorite song by Guns N' Roses.
Oh,
Hey,
you
how
were
come you
asking
have
how
two
old.
different? Oh, you've got two different avatars on there.
Who?
Jersey Ray Diggs in your comments. ¿Qué pasa? Oh, one's
That's
Facebook.
my
Okay.
Facebook. Yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry.
The darker
Disregard.
one is my Facebook. I didn't put
Disregard.
the lighter one. The darker one's actually the original caricature,
Oh.
not the doctored up one.
You were asking how old Loretta Lynn was. She's 89 years old.
Oh wow.
Her birthday is April 14th of 32.
Yeah, I thought
And
she was
actually,
about 90.
my first name is named after her, Loretta.
Mm.
And my
Wow.
brother, one of my brother's name was Elvis Preston, closest you could get to Elvis Presley.
Wow.
Ah,
Wow.
Pantera rock too, Ray. Oh, we could do this all night with music. Gary's Metal Detecting Tesla. Tesla is awesome.
Isn't that an electric car?
It's a band too. It's really good. The Gologist saw Iron Maiden.
Just about
My
the
brother
same
and I went
age.
to see them, I think, like 14 years ago at Madison Square Garden. Sold out. Here it is, like 30 years after the height of popularity, and they were sold out. And we had awesome seats. You've been to the Garden, right, Anthony?
Yeah, I've been to the Garden.
All right, so we were the first mezzanine, and we were like the fourth row up. So we had like the perfect view.
Yeah.
You could not get any better, unless you were first row on the bottom. It was a phenomenal concert. Yeah, you see, that's another thing all of us detectorists, treasure-seeking people have in common is music, a love for music.
You ever
Practical
tried line
fun.
dancing?
I lived in West Virginia for a little bit.
I've been
Is that
doing
all
it
things
probably one day a week, taking lessons, and for about 5 years, I guess, or so. But boy, you sure did get a workout.
I bet, yeah.
I never tried line dancing.
I'm still
Never. I've
learning
seen it, but
that,
it looks cool.
you know, the one they do at
Macarena,
yeah.
the
I'm still,
Macarena.
Yeah,
I still can't do that. So. I actually didn't. I used to take Zumba. So
Oh my
Zumba's
God, the
fun.
Macarena. Oh my God. Look what we're talking about. The Macarena, for crying out loud.
Yeah, but we've been. I mean, this chat is
Oh
on
my
fire
God.
with music. That's awesome. There's so much music out there. So much. I mean, I catch myself listening to classical sometimes, which scares me because I guess either I remember the cartoons from like being a kid, or I'm getting old.
Bugs Bunny was a good teacher.
Yeah, my favorite is Fleur de Lis. I love that one. But I'm more of a piano concerto. I prefer the piano versions.
I'm very
I
open
like
to all
country.
types. I'm open to all types of music. I like country. I actually like Florida Georgia Line. Things like I don't know if they're considered country, right?
Florida Georgia Line? Yeah, I
Yeah.
think so. They're on the country station.
Most of my favorites is country and southern gospel, and like the golden oldies, the 50s and 60s songs. I like those.
I love
I
doo-wop.
love 50s. I love 50s music. My uncle was actually in a doo-wop band back in the day, and we
Oh,
always
cool.
used to. He would bring home his records, and we'd be playing them when he was a lot
Yeah.
older when we would see the records. We'd be like, "What's this, Uncle Eddie?" And he's like, "Oh, that was my band." And we would always play the
You
doo-wop.
remember this station back in the day. I mean, that's still around, CBS?
Yeah, CBS with Don K. Reed.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
doo-wop
Remember
shop with
back in the,
Don
like,
K. Reed.
up until I guess probably in the 90s, I guess. They used to
Yeah.
have doo-wop Sundays.
Mm-hmm.
They don't do that anymore.
Nope. Nope. We used to love listening to it. What was weird was a lot of my friends don't look like they would like that music. We always used to hang out actually on the stoops at night, and we would have boom boxes, and we'd be playing doo wop, and people would look at us like we were weird, like what the heck's going on? I mean, we would listen to rap too and all types of music, but
Oh yeah, 80s
it
rap.
was just that was real. Yeah, I can't deal with all
Grandmaster
the new
Funk,
rap.
Houdini.
Yeah,
Um,
Houdini lived like 2 blocks away from me, and the
I love
project's two
Houdini.
blocks away from
LL.
me. Yep.
Who else was it? Fat Boys, Run DMC.
And the Beastie Boys, Adam Yauch,
Yeah, yeah.
lived like not even 7, 8 blocks from me. They named the park on Atlantic Avenue after him when he passed away.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Hmm.
Yeah, Beastie Boys were good too. I mean, I wasn't huge into the rap, but I didn't look like anything I listened to. I just put it that way. Like I would sit there and just blast the Andrews Sisters from the 40s, and you know, I love Boogie Woogie Bugle Boy. And
How about
my
Tina
first,
Turner?
Tina Turner.
Tina
Tina
Turner.
Turner. Yeah.
Yeah, I like 60s. I like the 60s. I like all the 60s music, soul music, R&B, rock. I liked it all. You know, some of today's stuff is okay.
I was brought up like my brother was actually 20 years older than me, and he was a musician. He loved Earth, Wind, and Fire. So I
Mm.
love Earth, Wind, and Fire. It brings back good memories of him. And then my sister's 11 years older than me. There's a lot of gaps in between
I see
between
that.
us. So it was like I had that whole like 50s, 60s, 70s type music all the time. I was brought up with it. And I think that helped me to just be rounded on. I like everything, you know?
Yeah, pretty eclectic.
Hmm.
That I saw a meme the other day that said something about like it's something about like when you hear a song and it brings you back to a time and a place and the way you felt.
Hmm. Yes.
Yep.
And I think that's like I mean, I don't think these generations right behind your ours and then the one after them, what do they call them? I forget what they're calling them. The millennials and then the Gen Zs.
Yeah.
And then I think the Gen after Gen Z is something else. But I don't think they can, you know, I think the music that we enjoy that our parents did are gonna die out with them. You know what I mean? Like because it was just the songs told stories back in the day. And then, we listened to it because our parents did, and you're on a road trip somewhere with them, or something, and
Right.
the tunes are just belting out from the 50s, 60s, and 70s. During the 70s, they played everything. They didn't separate
Yeah.
it. Like, oh, now from 1973, like they just played it all. It was just a mash of everything from the 50s to the 70s, and you know, yeah, it takes you places in your mind.
Yeah. Of course.
I think that's a good thing about music. Although other art forms can too. I think music it definitely talks to your soul.
I always that and I always find that certain
Yes.
smells.
Yes. Yes.
Oh
Certain
my
smells
God.
can take you to a certain, like a
Yeah.
very short period of time, like a
Time.
long time ago, like incredible. Smells to me are incredible.
I
Really
had
Yeah.
nice.
I had purchased a cologne that I used back in the '80s, and I put it on, and and I was hanging out with some of my friends. My friends like, "What the heck is that?" He goes, "Is that Obsession?" I go, "Yeah."
Oh my God, I had obsession too.
He goes, "That reminds me of when we used to get in the car on the winter nights and head out to the club." And it's
Oh my
true. That's
God.
what it always reminded me of as well.
Yeah.
And
I
it's
used to.
just,
I didn't wear much perfume, but I like the exclamation noir because it was a musk.
mhm,
Mm.
Ray Gonzalez says every song has a memory and every memory has a song, and that is
yeah,
a good summation of that. And look,
Mhm.
we made it a whole hour without talking
yep,
about food.
Oh my God, it's 8 o'clock.
yeah. Yes, digologist, high karate. My uncle used to
Oh
use
my
that, and I would
God.
steal some of that sometimes too.
Oh
Shannon
my
Burnett said,
goodness.
not polo.
Wonder if you can still get
Brute.
Hayat karate.
It was a brute,
Probably.
English leather, canoe, all these old ones
My
that my
goodness.
father used to have.
Wow. You could probably
Yeah.
find those bottles at a bottle dump.
Middle Second Brooklyn. Y'all stink pretty. Lisa P still wears Obsession and Nautica for women. I was wondering if somebody was going to bring up Jakar. For men's cologne, that was my favorite one.
Really, to me, I
It
think
was
for me
nice.
it was polo. I liked when a man wore polo.
I couldn't smell Jakar Noir enough. Like I had to buy a bottle of it just because I liked the smell that much. I was like,
To this
I
day,
didn't want
I
to wear
still
it or
use
anything. I just
Obsession.
wanted to smell it.
You still use Obsession, Anthony?
Yep.
Oh, right on.
I still use it.
Oh my gosh, right
That
on.
was. It's always been my favorite. So I just, when I run out, I know that either like Father's Day is coming or Christmas is coming. It gets put into. That's the gift coming to me.
Oh, that's sweet.
Chris said, Chris from the ground up said, I can't believe this discussion transitioned to cologne.
We haven't talked about food, have we?
We haven't talked
Hey,
about
Jimmy
metal
Coke.
detecting.
It's true.
But I said, that's what I was advertising. Let's talk about other things. But
Yeah.
we didn't talk about food, and I'm very proud of us.
No, we didn't. We didn't.
Could have easily transitioned. No. Wicked Digger said cool water. Water's
Yep,
close
cool.
to food.
That's because Paul AWR is in the stream. That's why food wasn't mentioned. Because he usually pops up with something about bacon or something like that. That's it. I think I just transitioned it by saying that.
We all enjoy eating. So I mean, I think that's another favorite pastime.
Detected at the front door.
Who has company?
Not me.
Not me.
That was my husband letting the dog out.
Imagine if she said not me either. Okay.
Emily said pizza. Practical Ken said, good thing we have Axe body spray now. I'm not a fan of Axe.
Oh no. My
Yes,
son
Lisa
uses that.
P.
It smells like
It kind of gives me a headache.
yes.
It's not a good smell.
It's very
It's like
strong.
It's like that fake stuff. That
Yes.
you know.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. It's like for somebody that thinks maybe that it's kind of cologne, but it's not really.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can't stand when he puts it on. I'm like, no, get away.
There's actually a lot of places that are fragrant free. You're not allowed to go into these places with fragrances because some people I guess it kind of sends them into something.
Mm.
Yeah.
I'm scent sensitive, so certain types of scents will get me going. Like
I'm the same way.
And especially patchouli. And people order a lot of patchouli, and my truck smells like patchouli all day, and it's not very much fun. And I can tell right away. Like people order, different scents, but I can tell the patchouli. It's like leaking out of the bag. And then I'll look at the address. I'm like, great, I gotta have this with me all day.
Open the windows.
Yeah. Well, not really this time of year. My truck's already not insulated. Last thing I want to do is have the windows down.
My favorite food is chicken. I love chicken. There was one time we stopped at a Walmart in one of our local towns, and I got out and I said, "Oh, it smells good." I said, "It smells chicken." I said, "Wait a minute. That's KFC." He said, "How can you tell which chicken place it is?" I said, "I just have that smell."
Some people can.
Yep.
I can tell Popeyes. I
Some
can't
places,
differentiate the other ones, but I can pick the Popeyes
somebody
out.
had told me the smell that you smell coming out of McDonald's is actually a smell, a made smell that's supposed to gear people to come in.
Like a machine smell that's
Like,
pumping it out
like
the
they-
exhaust.
Yeah.
Yeah.
May do it, but
I wouldn't
their
be
smells
surprised if like,
they smell better than they taste sometimes.
oh yeah.
I don't know. I never thought McDonald's smelled good.
I haven't
And
had fast food in, oh my God, 15, 20 years.
Oh, that's good.
Wow.
I do a McDonald's big breakfast once in a while because I don't eat the hash brown. I just want the pancakes and eggs.
Actually, I got to say something. McDonald's pancakes are
Good.
I think they're
No, they're
really
good.
really good. They really are.
I
They're
like the
soft.
pancakes.
Oh my goodness. Yeah,
Well,
McDonald's
don't get me
pancakes
wrong.
is
I
probably
love
the
the
only
food.
thing.
I love it, but it's just, I don't know. I just can't deal with the fast food.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. My body can't. That's for sure.
Yeah.
But I'll suffer for Popeye's original chicken sandwich. Kristen, we've officially covered the discussion trifecta: food, music, and cologne.
Oh, when he's talking back at all the different musics and stuff like that, and also the game systems. Okay, who still has a 8-track player, a cassette player, or a record player?
I still have a turntable.
I have a cassette player and a turntable.
I have a cassette player.
I
And
still
on
have
my
all
cassette-
three.
I
Wow.
don't have the 8-track, but I have my cassettes going all the way back from like the early 80s.
Wow.
Yeah, my 8-track player is not hooked up, but I do have one.
Wow.
To gologist, I had bought McDonald's for my daughter one time a long while back, and it was actually raw chicken nuggets. After that, I never went back to a McDonald's, and I just stopped eating fast food right after that because it grossed me the heck out because I took a bite out of one of them and I spit it out. Thank God she didn't get to eat it.
Oh my goodness. Wow. Plugs for Day says, who still has a VCR?
I have one
VCR.
in my attic.
I have a VCR.
I still have some tapes, but I don't have a player for them.
Yeah, I have one in my attic.
And I still have it, but it doesn't work, a DVD recorder. And a main reason why I wanted it, not just to tape stuff that I had retaped off of VHS tapes, but also to tape off family pictures and stuff onto DVDs and things. And I also put them on pictures and stuff on them too. So
Metal
Jeff,
Detecting Brooklyn says Laserdisc. Does anybody remember those? The art on the Laserdisc sleeves
Yeah,
Yeah.
was very collectible.
we used to
Jeff
have
the Victrola.
Did you have a player, Anthony?
Yeah, we had.
Really?
My
Wow.
sister bought it for my parents. I was a teenager at the time, and we had like Robin Williams, Richard Pryor, a whole bunch of the actual the comedy shows. Their big routines, and a bunch of movies too, like Chris Reeves when he was Superman, and
Very cool.
after my mother stopped really looking at it, it used to more confuse her how to use it. My sister ended up just taking it back, and she has like 2 of them. I think she still actually has it too.
Wow.
Cool.
Wow.
Bruce said his first VCR cost him almost $1,300.
Who said that?
Bruce Delver.
Wow.
Do you remember?
And they were big too. They were
Yeah.
really big back then.
Yeah,
Well,
do you remember
not that
when
I would know.
they first came out with the LCD TVs? Early, what was that, 99, 2001, somewhere in that neighborhood? And they were 13-inch TVs, and they were like $2,000.
Yeah.
Because I remember seeing one, and this place is closed now. What, The Wiz?
The Wiz.
The Wiz.
Yep,
Anthony should know that story, right?
I know about
Isn't
the
the
Wiz.
Wiz on a Seinfeld episode? I'm the Wiz.
Isn't that before? Nobody beats The Wiz.
Nobody
And,
beats the Wiz.
They had one of the first LCD TVs, and I was like, oh, that would be awesome if it was bigger, but the picture was incredible compared to our tube TVs,
Right.
I really wanted to get it, but it was like close to $2,000, and it was like that big.
Wow. Heck, I remember when my dad brought home our first color TV, and everybody was like, we're, like just going crazy because we had color TV.
Was it one of those big furniture TVs?
Yes, it was.
That was our first color one too.
Yes, it was.
big cabinet TV.
And no remotes.
No.
Yeah, they came with remotes. If you had
I
children,
was the
you had
remote.
remotes.
I was the remote. Go change the channel.
That's
From
right.
5.
Turn the rabbit ears.
Yeah.
I
Wait, hold
had
it,
a
just
total
like
Oh my goodness.
Had a total of what, 4 or 5 channels back then?
Yeah.
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 Over here in the where Anthony and I live in the tri-state area, our tri-state area,
Yeah.
we had 2, 4, 5, 7, 9, 11, and 13.
Yep.
Yeah, they only went up to 13 here too as well.
Yeah.
I guess because
And
the
if you hit
dial only went
that
up to
weird
13.
channel, that UHF channel,
Yeah, you can get a few.
Yeah.
you can get certain weird channels.
Public
I
broadcasting
You used to
system.
be able to get VH1 on
Yes,
VHF.
on channel 68.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
used to be VH1, and after VH1, they used to have, it was like the Metal Hour. I remember they'd have like a whole bunch of Judas Priest and all this other
Yeah.
stuff play. And then right after that, they'd have wrestling on Friday or Saturday nights, and I'd stay up till 1 a.m. to watch wrestling.
Oh,
yeah.
right.
Well, VH1 was for the kids who didn't have cable. You know, like
Yep.
we couldn't watch MTV, so
Yep.
we had VH1 for free. If you got it in, because you had to hold those
Right.
rabbit ears just so. I remember doing that. Yeah. Times have really changed.
Yep.
Now we're all sitting in separate homes talking in real time
Yeah.
on video.
Who would have ever thought we would be talking face to face over a phone?
Yeah.
You know?
Who would ever thought those computers our dads brought home back in the early 80s would be this small one day?
Right.
And include
Right.
your video game system, your audio system, your
Camera.
your camera, your camcorder, you know, like it's crazy how much.
Yeah,
you know,
people take more pictures now because they have their camera with them all the time.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and everybody's
But
phone
nobody
has 4
prints
million.
them the way they used to.
Yeah,
Nobody
that's true.
prints
No,
them,
that is the bad part.
you know?
Yeah, and then you look through your photos and like, why am I even saving this one? It's a horrible shot. And bloop, I get rid of it.
Or food
Yeah.
pictures. I mean, really, like you go through your phone and you're like, what do I
I
need this
know.
for? It was good sushi, but delete.
Yeah.
I have a folder on my laptop that it's just pictures that I want to print. And I'm just going to make a whole bunch because I keep on, after my mother had passed, my mother was into photography as well. So she had tons and tons of pictures of just family pictures from holidays and stuff. And it was nice going through all of that and remembering things.
Yeah.
And I looked at my wife and I'm like, our kids are going to have nothing.
Yes.
I said, or they'll have these, but that's about it.
Yeah,
They won't have anything from our time. So
I took all of my.
Yeah, I started grabbing a whole bunch of pictures that I took, putting them into a folder, and then a company I use to print, I'm just going to send it all to them. And they usually are like 5 to 10 cents a print. And I'll just have them, you know.
Yeah. I took my parents and my grandparents' pictures and scanned every one of them, and I put them on CDs, so that way that they could use it like a slideshow. And I made all my aunts and uncles and my brothers and my nieces and nephews, all of them one, so that way everybody had a copy.
Yeah, because it's the only way everybody gets to really keep them, like, you know, among themselves. Like, they wouldn't watch it when they want to watch it.
Yeah.
My sister did that with all my mother's. She had the old Super 8 movies.
Oh, yeah.
So she just added music to it. And then I think it was 2 years, right before the pandemic, we went over her house on Christmas, and my niece had done it all. And her and my sister put it on. And we were looking at it, and they go, "Welcome to the Anthony show." Because I was the baby. So it was, all you saw was mostly me through everything.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, where's my copy? I want it.
Yeah. Our family is the opposite. Like, I was the firstborn, so all the photos are of me. And by the time they had my sister, the fourth one, she has like 3.
Yeah, that's kind of the way it was back then. Yeah.
My sister was jealous when she was young. Well, how come there's so many pictures of Rachel? And my parents were like, who was the first one? Everything was new.
Yeah, I give my mom a hard time about the baby books that they always put out with their pictures and their little piece of hair and all that stuff. My oldest brother had like 3 books. My other brother had 1 book, and I didn't have none. I said, hey, where's mine at?
Oh my goodness. Daniel Jurgens, I guess he's from Facebook. He says that his brother-in-law still uses those camcorders. You know, remember the real one that you put on your shoulder?
The big ones.
Those
We
were the
had
big
one
ones.
of those, yeah.
Yeah, RCA. My sister had
Yep.
one, big RCA, because they had, they had my
Yeah.
first niece, their first daughter was born, so they had to get the big one, and it was everywhere they went. They were like carrying this thing around.
That's why we had the small one where you would put like the little tape in,
Yeah,
and then you had to put that into a bigger VCR tape
to
to
watch
watch
it.
it.
Yeah,
But meanwhile now, no, we don't. Nobody has a VCR, so I can't
Yeah.
watch like my kids' first Christmas and things like that. I want to put them all onto disc.
yeah.
Oh, I can't believe we've talked this long.
Motion
Oh, your
detected
dog's
at
coming in.
Dog's home.
Madison May said he started his metal
That was
detector
it.
channel with a handicap.
A lot of people did start their channels with the little handy cams.
Yeah, I still have my
Yeah.
Sony Handycam somewhere. I thought I had it nearby. I still use it once in a while. I just don't use it for this, but I use it.
Yeah, I started with my
I mean,
phone,
you all
and then
didn't have you all didn't have much to watch because everybody in the chat was talking about different TV shows. You remember Benny Hill and
Yep.
Monty Python? I mean, I think I lived on PBS. I mean, I talked like this for quite a bit because there was a lot of British programming on PBS.
I watched Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood.
I didn't watch Mr. Rogers
I
because
Neither
actually
did I.
didn't either.
Yeah.
I watched.
he was weird taking off his shirt and his sweater and putting his shoes. And I was like 4 or 5. I was like, nah. I watched Zoom or something.
Oh, I loved
I liked
Zoom.
Zoom.
Oh my God. Do you know how to talk Abu Dhabi? Do you remember that? When they used to talk Abu Dhabi?
Zoom,
I
man.
remember Zuma.
I loved Zoom. Oh my God. Oh,
I got invited to a party thing for that one time, but I didn't go.
I thought they were great. I think because they were young. So
and they think they were in Boston.
Yeah.
Boston, Mass. 02134.
Yeah.
Hey, do you guys remember You Can't Do That on Television when Nickelodeon first started? No. But I think it went to Nickelodeon afterwards, but I think it was PBS or something. You Can't Do That on Television.
I remember it.
Mid-80s, around 82, 83 it started. That's where Nickelodeon got its slime from.
Oh.
Where you going, Papa?
We didn't get Nickelodeon in Canada.
Yeah, I don't think this was Nickelodeon, and they were Canadian, by the way. They were all Canadians. It was a Canadian show.
Huh.
But Nickelodeon got the idea of slime from it.
Mm.
Because I don't remember what word they would say. Like, you would ask them a question, and they would say, I don't know. Let's just say that was, you can't answer that way. And they would get slimed.
Is that the one where they used to sit like there was like the 4 kids or the 4 in a row, and they would do the questions or whatever? It was almost like a game, and then it would come from above them. The slime would hit them from above. Okay.
And then another scene, they would be in the diner, and the guy that worked the kitchen there, or the school cafeteria or something, and the guy in the kitchen was always dirty.
Yep.
Yeah, I loved that show. I thought it was the funniest thing. I saw an episode, I think on YouTube. And I was like, this was horrible. I mean, I thought it was really good. But I watched a lot of, and like I said, that was a Canadian TV show we got here.
Okay.
I was more.
Did you ever watch Danger Bay?
Yeah, I watched the Danger Bay.
Danger Bay.
Yeah.
Disney Channel had it.
Yeah.
I love that show.
Remember Sunday nights were Disney.
Or Disney.
Oh, yeah.
Right before that was Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I remember that one too.
And then there used to be the Grizzly Adams show too.
Yep.
I love Grizzly Adams show too. I've got all those on DVD.
Yeah, those. I mean, I think the TV programs back in the day were much better than today's. Even if the comedy.
My husband watched an episode or two, but Leave It to Beaver about every night.
That was a good show.
I used to watch Leave It to Beaver. That Andy Griffin. Or Andy Griffith. Right? I think it was Andy Griffith. Oh, man.
Yeah, I liked Ernest T on there. How do you do, Mrs. Wiley?
Golly.
Yeah, Gomer.
Gomer Pyle.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Flip Wilson. Yeah.
Flip Wilson show.
Oh, it was good too.
Didn't
Yeah.
he dress like a lady too in one segment?
Geraldine.
Yeah,
He was
Geraldine.
Geraldine.
Yeah.
Hee haw. Shannon said hee haw.
Oh wow.
What was the one that laughing?
Laughing.
Yes,
Yep.
yes.
Oh, Frederick,
What is it?
you could-
Rowan Brothers or something like that? Something.
Yes.
Right? It's the Rowan or the Smothers or something like that, brothers.
I think it was the
One of
Rowan
them.
brothers.
It was
Yeah.
Rowan Brothers.
Practical Ken said, "My gosh, you guys are bringing back a lot of warm, fuzzy memories."
Yes,
And then-
Lisa, I watched
and then he-
Johnny Quest.
Frederick Romano said, "The Magic Garden."
The Magic Garden.
Oh my
I
God,
watched
I
too.
love the Magic Garden. It's
I
nice
thought
to
Carol
say
was
hello.
hot. I always thought Carol was hot when I was young.
Fraggle Rock. Oh yeah, and the Muppets. I was too old to be watching them, but I watched them anyway. I loved Jim Henson.
What about the Munsters?
Monsters.
I like the Monsters.
Addams
The Addams
Family.
Family.
The Little Rascals. Those were my favorite. When they do their shows, like the first ones when Spanky was little.
Yeah, those
And-
those were good.
Yeah, with Weezer and Farina and all that. And they do the shows.
That would never fly today. Like
No.
buckwheat and them
No,
and stymie.
no.
That would never fly today.
No, it wouldn't.
No.
But that was back when nobody.
Yeah.
Archie Bunker would not be around today. Neither would
No.
George
Jefferson.
Jefferson.
The
Neither
Jeffersons.
one of them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Neither one of them would be. around
Or
today.
what was the other one? The Junkyard, Fred Sanford.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, same.
That would
Sanford
never
was
fly
fun.
either.
No. Elizabeth.
Yeah.
I loved Sanford and Son. Yeah, see, like I don't know if maybe 30 years from now, if the kids today are going to be talking about the shows that are on now like that.
Right. And
Because
they really,
some of them are kind of forgetful. I don't remember what I watched 5 years ago.
Oh my God! Someone just plugs for days just said Land of the Lost with Chaka. Oh my God!
and the
Plugs
Oh,
for
I like that one.
days.
the sleep
Loved
back.
that.
Those
I just
lizard
watched-
I can
People.
still sing the theme song. I can
Yeah.
I know the words.
Will and Holly on
Yes.
a routine expedition.
That was
Oh, in that case,
classic.
Gilligan's Island. I just
Oh,
watched the
God.
new version of Lost in Space.
made a new
The old
version?
stuff is better.
Yeah,
I like the old one better.
Yeah.
I was trying to get into it, but I was like, nah, because they got what's her name, Piper, whatever. She's like this bad person, and the robot died, and so now he's not, Danger Roy Robinson. Now he's Danger Dr. Smith, and she's not really Dr. Smith. She assumed that persona. And I don't know. It's
I don't like when they remake stuff like that.
Well, they made it how it would be today. You know what I mean? Like the graphics they had in the 60s weren't like today. So the scenery is good, but the storyline is too much like today. Rob Sterling's Night Gallery. Oh, Creature Features. I remember that.
Yep.
Puff Magic Dragon. Live by
Happy
the Sea.
Days. We
I used
still
to
watch
watch
Laverne
like
and
the
Shirley
movie.
every now and then.
Fright Night.
It's like the movie Smokey and the Bandit.
Hey,
the
the
first
big
one was good.
Ragu just
The second one
died a
was
couple
okay.
days
Yeah.
The
ago.
last one was good.
I heard that.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
died a couple days ago.
Yeah, I saw it all over Facebook.
Yeah.
He was a lot older than I thought he was.
I never liked him. Never liked the big Ragu.
I like Laverne and Shirley. That was
I think that was ahead of its time.
what,
I
Laverne
think
and
so.
Shirley.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was.
That was an awesome show. I loved it. Shamizel Shamazel.
What about the Brady Bunch?
Incorporated.
I used to love watching the Brady Bunch, Partridge Family.
I think I like the Partridge Family better than I did the Brady Bunch. And then I used to watch not Donnie and Marie, but Sonny and Cher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What
Those are
about
good
HR
times,
Puffin
man.
stuff? Did you see that?
Yes, Witchy Poo.
Yep.
Yes.
I used to watch the Bugaboos.
I don't.
I remember the Bugaboos.
I don't.
Yeah,
I
there was
didn't watch
the
them a
British
lot, but I
TV
remember.
show, and there was
Yeah.
like they were all dressed like little bugs, and they lived in this record player, like a kid's plastic
Yeah.
record player, and like there was a wasp. I think she was supposed to be a wasp, the evil old lady.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Bugaboos. Come on, somebody's got to know the
No, I
Bugaboos.
remember it.
I watched that all the time. I thought that was just fantastic.
I used to like the Groovy Ghoulies.
Oh yeah,
And what else? Oh man. Trying to see. Oh, Mrs. Beasley doll owner. I have
Oh, Family Affair.
Family Affair. Yeah.
Oh, that
Jody
was
and
I like
Buffy
that one.
and Jody.
yes, and
oh
Mr.
yeah.
French,
I used to watch Family
Mr.
the
Affair.
butler, Mr. French.
Eddie, yeah, the
Uncle
courtship,
Gil.
the courtship of Eddie's father. Lisa
Yeah.
just brought up.
Yeah.
And then I used to love watching SWAT when it was
Oh, Mark
original
Shearer and
SWAT.
SWAT. Yes, the original SWAT. Mark Shearer. I was
Yep.
like, just watching him.
Yep.
I like Emergency.
Emergency.
Yeah, that too.
I had
yeah.
an emergency lunchbox for school.
Oh, cool.
Wow, very nice. Tigala just says the Flying Nun. I actually had the whole set of Flying Nun cards, trading cards.
I like the Flying Nun. Patty said the
Yeah.
Bumblebees was good from 1970 to 78. Carol
Never
Burnett
heard of 'em.
show, yeah.
Carol Burnett show, the Dick Van Dyke show,
Mm.
Yeah.
make room
Greenacres.
for Daddy.
Who could
Yeah.
sing Mr. Ed song?
Oh, a horse is a horse, of course. No,
Unless,
no one
of
just
course,
look
the
like a
horse,
horse, of course.
is the famous Mr. Ed.
Ed.
I loved Green Acres. Zaza's sister slapped the cop back in the 80s.
I think they're both dead.
I
Yeah,
think so. I think
so too.
I think Zaza just died not long ago.
Jaja and Ava are dead, I believe.
Or no, I think Ava's the one that just died recently.
Jaja, I think, went first.
Hey, Nick
How about the
Molnar.
Hillbillies?
I still watch Carol Burnett. The my local TV station, Me TV, reruns the Carol Burnett show, so I have it DVR'd. So they still make me. Even 40 years later, I'm still laughing at her.
Oh, sure. Tim Conway and Harvey Gorman. Oh my
Oh.
God, they
Yeah.
They were
when he
funny.
does the dentist.
I'm hurrying.
Dentist one.
With the or when he was the old man, I'm coming. I'm
Mr.
coming.
Tudball.
Yes,
Yeah.
Mr. Tud. Mr. Wiggins, Mr. Wiggins.
Mrs. Wiggins.
Oh, man.
And then Nora Desmond when she used to get the curtains and make a dress out of the curtains.
Yeah,
Oh my
funny is, like,
gosh.
if you ever watched the
Just
very
saw it
early
in the
episodes,
window and just had to have it.
if you ever watched the very early episodes of Carol Burnett show, none of these people were on it. They were all guests. Harvey
Right.
Korman,
Yeah.
Tim Conway, and
Wasn't
the
the
rest-
original
you know,
like
but they
with Lyle
just
Wagner? Not
Yes, he
Lyle
was
Wagner.
on. Like,
It
yes,
was
Lyle
Wagner,
Wagner was on there.
a few
right? It
times.
was
there.
Lyle Wagner, right?
Yeah, he was on there.
Felix the Cat. I used to have the Felix the Cat clock. I have a feeling the dental care episode, Johnny Small said the same thing. That was probably the funniest one when he got caught at the door. Yeah, that one's awesome. We
Hey,
could probably
any of
talk
you,
about this
any
all
of
night.
the Americans here, did you watch Rocket Ship 7?
No.
Or in the mornings before school? Rocket Ship 7? No? Nobody? Anybody in the chat? Rocket Ship 7?
I'm not sure until the 80s.
Dave,
we even had
Dave, and then there was
cartoons
Promo the Robot. Nobody? Okay.
No.
All
I
right.
remember. Well, no, they used to have Gigantor. I used to watch. It was a cartoon in the mornings, and then as I got a little older, they had I don't know if it was called G-Force or something, where like these 5 kids were dressed like in like these bird type costumes, and they flew around in this like it was. I think they did the Power Rangers, off of them.
Probably. I didn't watch too much cartoons in the morning before school. I watched Saturday morning though. but up until about 10, because that's when you had the good cartoons, like
Yeah.
Hanna-Barbera cartoons. They were probably the best ones with Wacky Racers,
Yep.
and then you had Mr. Magoo, and you had Grape Ape, and
yes,
Magilla
Grape
Gorilla, Speedy Gonzales. I don't remember the Hound Dog. Then you had I don't remember his name.
Oh, Huckleberry Hound.
Yeah, Huckleberry Hound, and you had Mighty Mouse,
Yep.
and you had Heckle and Jekyll.
I don't mean to
Flintstones.
interrupt, but I
Yeah.
got to take Miley out, so I gotta go. She's like,
Yeah,
we
we're
really have to go. So,
I'm just doing
good night,
anyway, so
everybody.
Good night.
All
Thanks
right,
for
I gotta go.
joining in, Liz.
All right, thank you. All right.
Yeah, I know we could do this all night long.
I know.
I know.
I know.
You know, but I'm glad we got to talk about other things than just, the metal detecting aspect of our lives. Because like lots of different things bring us all together in different ways.
Yeah. Yeah. Music, TV shows, all of this.
Yeah.
It was fun seeing how many people knew like a lot of the stuff that we've watched and things like that. Doesn't make me feel as old anymore.
No. We're
It's
never
like the
old.
Mickey Mouse Club. Of course, I watched reruns of Mickey Mouse Club.
Yeah, I watched
And
the
I
reruns of the Mickey Mouse Club. I
see
didn't watch
you
the
really
original.
soon. Key. Why? Because we love you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to watch the Mickey Mouse show too, but the old one with Annette Funicello and all them.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I guess we should probably wrap this up because it is 8:30 and we are way into Iron
Yeah.
Animal Adventures and Josh Kimmel's Beyond Light and Sound. But I do thank you guys for popping up.
Thanks for having us.
It was
Yeah,
fun.
it was
Yeah, I
fun.
enjoyed it.
JDP, you rock. Anthony, you always rock.
Thank you.
And everybody in the chat, thank you. I was gonna do a giveaway tonight, but I'll do it next week.
Next week.
Yeah, just some fun stuff, because I like just for appreciation for watching. But I made it a little bigger because of hitting. Actually, one of the. I don't know if I have your Brooklyn Treasure Hunter, Anthony. You guys send me some stickers.
Okay. I'll send you some.
Yeah, just because I hit 300, so I have a little barber. This will be next week, guys. Let's see if I can bring it in. Little barber.
Cool.
This is a battery case. Somebody wanted not a couple months ago, and they thought it was. I mean, you could use it as a fines case, I'm sure, but it's a battery case. You can fit.
I like those.
I know you
Those
can't
are
see
cool.
it because of. Yeah, you can't see it. It's yellow. That's why you can't see it. It's see-through. And Metal Detecting Brooklyn is in the chat.
It's just like these.
Yeah, you can't see mine because of
Cool.
the green screen. Exactly. That's exactly what
Yeah,
it
she
is.
did have one pink. I like the pink ones.
I'll send you one, Janine. I got your address. I got a pink one. Then we have Nick Molnar, Metal Detecting Brooklyn, one of his pins. Alabama Dirt Digger, you can't see that one because it's reflective. Team Lynch. This will be all next week, guys. My sticker. Detect America, who weren't in here tonight, so I gotta let them know I need another sticker. One of Nick Molnar's photos, which are awesome, and a Team Lynch water bottle. Where's it at?
Cool.
Very cool. I'll send you out
Love you
some
next
stickers
week,
tomorrow.
Huh?
I'll send you some stickers out tomorrow, and I'll send
You
you
got my
some.
address?
Yeah, I think I still have it. I should still have it. You had sent me stickers, so I keep all the envelopes and stuff.
All right.
So I should have it. If not, I'll reach out to you. I'll send you some. I just had some buttons made too.
Oh,
those are
yeah,
cool.
because I got a
I'll
couple
send
of
you a couple of
Richards
those.
here.
Yeah.
I got a couple of Richards so I can pair them up. Brooklyn and Brooklyn, Brooklyn in the house. Bada bing, bada boom. You know what I'm talking about, eh?
Bada bing, bada boom.
Bada bing, bada boom. I gotta do that to get my
Ayo,
boom
ayo.
going. Otherwise, I can't sound New York. I gotta go bada bing, bada boom, not for nothing. Absolutely. It's not that far from me,
Yeah.
KBB. They're like right across the bay. So many of them around here, But people always ask me, well, are you from, New Jersey? And I'm like, yeah, but, I got a mix of all the accents though. But I
Jersey and New York are very similar.
I probably sound really corny
no, you sound
Well, you
perfectly
know.
fine. Hey, when I was
because
down in Florida,
I'm more of the middle. I'm in Tennessee. I'm the southerner.
you're not fully Southern though. You don't, I live down there where they all talk like this. Bless your
Oh, okay.
heart.
Yeah, you can talk
Listen
about
at you.
anybody however you want, as long as you say bless your heart.
Listen at you. My friend used to say that to me. She was like, "Listen at you, Rachel." I'm like, "I am listening to you." I'm like, "Yeah." No, I'm in an area that's there's a lot of people, multi-generational New Jersey, and then a lot of New Yorkers live here. So, I will never get rid of saying dog, coffee.
Yep.
That's always going to be there, no matter what I do. I got rid of use guys and use. I do
Yeah,
say
I don't
y'all.
say that much anymore.
Yeah, I got rid of
I
it.
see
But
y'all.
as far as coffee and dog,
Yeah, but
that's
I
just
can't
the
get.
way you say it to me.
Hey, did you find anything detecting, dude? We're getting ready to get off here, but thank you for joining. Next week, pop in at 7 o'clock. You might be able to, be in on that giveaway. Maybe I'll do
Have a
two.
good night. I'm gonna pop off.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
am
Have a
too.
good one.
too.
Enjoyed
Bye-bye.
it.
This is great.
Bye. Bye.
All right, JVP, thank you for joining. All right, guys, thank you for being part of the stream and the chat. Thank you for supporting the channel. Thank you for chatting amongst each other and having a good time. I'm glad you all did. Bruce said he's gonna go watch Rocket Ship 7. I don't know. I'm probably gonna look up some of these old shows on YouTube. I'm sure somebody's got them. Thank you all for joining me. You guys have a great night, and I'll see you next week at 7. And if you want to be spotlighted, send me a PM or send me something on Jersey Ray Diggs on Facebook. All right. Peace. You guys rock.